Come get some, nerds. Geeks, nerds, gamers, and trolls, this is your MMOBomb.com first look at Marvel Rivals, a new hero shooter from NetEase, free to play, all the heroes are free, and it's the Noobfridge's new favorite game. Marvel Rivals is receiving a whole lot of critical praise from both players and reviewers. It's a really fun game and a new possible home for Overwatch 2 refugees who may not be happy with the state of the game over there and what Blizzard has been doing as of late. So far, my time in the game has been extraordinary. I absolutely have loved every minute of this game. I have several heroes that I play, showing some Thor footage here because he's my most played hero in the game right now in Quick Match. Haven't played any competitive yet. I'll just go ahead and get that out of the way. Haven't gotten there yet. Still trying to master a few more people in my rotation. That way when folks get banned, I've still got some options whenever I jump into competitive. Now, I have edited the footage a little bit more than I usually do to show just kind of the fights and stuff without all the standing on the point and the running back from spawn and stuff like that. Plus, it's an opportunity to make myself look good, throw all my kills in there. I do show a death like that, but I got respawn, so, got to do what you got to do. So let's start out talking about how the game plays. It's run absolutely fantastically on my PC. I don't get a ton of frame rate dips in huge team fights or anything like that. The destructible environments don't seem to affect the performance of the game at all. They are a little strategic in the way that you can destroy some of the environments. You can blow up some of the cover that people hide behind. So they're, the destructible environments are kind of useful. It's not just a gimmick. It was like, oh, this can be blowed up. You can actually destroy some cover and things like that people might hide behind. Not everything is destructible because you can't just go in and just level the map. But there's enough going on where you can hide behind some stuff and it gets blown out in front of you and you're like, oh crap, now I'm exposed. Now there is currently a bug that occasionally pops up. It's only happened to me once in all the games I've played. Because I play with a friend who plays on Xbox. And there's something with crossplay where sometimes if you're teamed up, I think it's usually the PC player, but it could be either one. It happened to me, and it hasn't happened to him, where I got disconnected from the game. And I've heard that that's a crossplay issue, and I was able to reconnect to the game and get back into it. So, luckily you can reconnect and get back in. But I have heard some people complain about that's a little bit of a bug that happens. But other than that, I haven't had any bugs, any issues with performance. I haven't had any crashes. I've played it on my Steam Deck. It did take a Proton QT plugin, 920, I believe, is the one you can use on your Steam Deck to get Marvel Rivals to run. It runs fine without it. It just gives you a black screen on the startup after the launcher pops up. So Proton QT 920 will take care of that if you're playing on Steam Deck. And after that, it runs really well on there on lower medium settings. Gameplay-wise, the game is a whole lot of fun, as you might imagine. Review is going to be quite positive here. Not that this is a review, this is the first look, but, got my opinions thrown in there too. It's been a heck of a lot of fun. Gameplay has been very interesting, very engaging. I like the maps. I like the layout of the maps. There are maps where you have to push the objective, defend the objective, or like this, it's domination where you just control the point. So gameplay-wise, the heroes are all quite unique. They all do something a little different. They're doing a good job of introducing characters that counter some of the characters that existed in beta, especially some of the OP ones from beta. They got a little bit of a nerf. Things like Venom got a little bit of a nerf. And now there are counters to characters like that. You've got like Wolverine, which is an excellent tank shredder. You've got Iron Fist, which is good at really sticking to a target and taking it down. A good Iron Fist absolutely wrecks me. A bad Iron Fist absolutely gets pooped on. It's at all times. So just know that it seems like I haven't played Iron Fist, but it seems like a high skill ceiling character that you're either going to wreck or get wrecked. So kind of know your skill level going into playing him. But yeah, there are going to be characters that seem familiar from things like Overwatch 2 or Paladins that have, you know, kits or at least abilities within their kits that you're like, oh yeah, this is the same as such and such from whatever game you used to playing. But overall, I think they've done them in very good, unique combinations. I think, you know, the game's never going to be perfectly balanced, but it's in a fairly decent spot. There are still strong characters, obviously. Especially when you get into competitive. I know high-end competitive. I know Hella is really good. Penny Parker is surprisingly good in ranked. Hulk, for some reason, is one of the top 10 picked in ranked, in high-end ranked. So, you know, it's interesting. Some of the characters that in beta didn't shine as much that I've really gotten an opportunity now to do better and do well, especially in the higher tier ranks. My tier of rank, whatever I end up in, probably silver something. I don't know what that's going to look like. We'll have to get into that in the coming weeks. Probably after the holidays, I'll get into some competitive play and be able to give you a better idea of, you know, in that tier ranking where a lot of us are going to be, you know, what that's going to look like. But yeah, I'm a guy who really enjoys this game. I enjoy the Marvel IP. I'm enjoying the gameplay, even though it's a hero shooter. Never really got into Overwatch or Overwatch 2. Played a little bit of Paladins, you know, back in the day. Not so much here lately. But this game has really drawn me in, really sucked me in, and it's kind of taken the place of Smite 2 in my play rotation. It's definitely my most played game, you know, outside of Lord of the Rings Online, for sure. Smite 2, I'm waiting for them to, you know, become more of a complete state at this point. You know, they're constantly adding to it and trying to get it ready for prime time, but this game has taken over the spot where Smite 2 used to sit in my game rotation as far as competitive games that I play. So we'll jump out to the main menu and we'll take a look at some of the options out here. Here's the season with the season pass. The Season 0 pass is shorter than some of the other seasons. They've said it's going to be about half as much of the content as like Season 1's going to have. But here's me unlocking one of the skins from the Season Pass that you can get for free just by playing the game. You do have to buy you can buy into the Premium Pass. You can play the free pass. And then you can get an upgraded pass that has like some extra coin and stuff that you use to unlock the characters. Chromium or something like that they use. So here's a look at the store. I like the way that they have little animations for the skins and stuff going into the store, showing off one of the bundles here for Star-Lord. The bundles themselves come with more than just a skin. They come with an MVP pose like this. They come with an emote. They come with a new banner, and they come with a spray that you can use. So it's more than just a skin whenever you buy the bundle on one of the bigger featured things out here on the main part of the store. Then you go into just the costumes and stuff, and this is where you can pick up just the costumes. And they're, you know, it's cheaper to get just a costume if you want to do that. If you've got one that you like, you can get a rename token, items in my inventory that I've unlocked just by playing the game here. And then we'll go look, and this is the price for the premium currency, about a penny a pop. Looks like get a little more as you spend more money, obviously. Pretty typical. You're going to buy some coinage and then have some left over to, you know, go to your next purchase. Pretty typical for free-to-play games this day and age. There's no direct purchases. Everything is, you know, buy our currency and then unlock things with that currency. I do like the menus and stuff, the way they're set up. I like the way that when you go to the hero panel, as you look at different heroes, they kind of have a 3D animation that kind of pops out of their card at you, and it's wearing whatever skin you currently have equipped. You go into your heroes and you can select which skin they have equipped and, you know, customize their sprays and all that usual stuff. And the card, even though it shows the default look of the characters, when they come out at you, they're showing the costume that you currently have equipped. So, you know, there's just little touches like that show you this is a true AAA game and not just a mobile port that came to PC or something like that. This is a true PC game, console game. They've really put a lot of time and effort and a lot of care and a lot of little details in there that you know, that show that they've really wanted this game to stand out in the genre. And stand out it has. It absolutely has garnered a ton of attention. There's a ton of people playing it. Every YouTuber that I've seen that does competitive shooters or, you know, hero shooters, things like that, they're covering Marvel Rivals. They're enjoying their time in the game. I haven't heard anybody say it's a bad game. You know, everybody's got their own little critiques and stuff here and there of things. But overall, the response has been absolutely positive from everyone that I've seen. And, you know, I've gone and watched people that I don't normally watch just to try to get a general idea of, you know, what the consensus from the community is. And the consensus from the community is absolutely positivity. Like I said, everything's not perfectly balanced right now. It's never going to be perfectly balanced. There's still some balance work to be done in the game as far as the heroes are concerned, but they've got new heroes coming out. Like I said, they've done a great job of creating counters for some of the for some of the game styles, some of the heroes that maybe didn't have a counter before. That way you've got an option whenever a character is dominating you. You can switch up, you know, when you're in spawn to a different hero, and, you know, try to counter whatever it is that's harassing you or giving you a hard time. And I wanted to show some Iron Man footage here to show off some of the verticality in the game. There are a couple of full-time flyers. There's some folks who can levitate for a short period of time, and there's some folks that can, you know, slowly float down to the ground as they fall. But in my initial sort of gameplay that I had shown about this a couple of months ago during the open beta, I didn't really have a chance to showcase some of the verticality, and some folks had said something about it in the comments. You know, hey, you know, there's no verticality in the game. So I wanted to show off that there is verticality in the game. There are flyers, there are floaters, levitators, things like that, where you can get up, get into the sky. And this team doesn't do a very good job in this footage of doing anything about me. I died there, but overall, I just pretty much flew up in the air and dominated for quite a while in this game. But there are counters to flyers fantastically. There are, you know, of course, ranged characters who can take out flyers. There's things like the Hulk who can jump up and grab a flyer and bring them back down to the ground. So there's nice counters to that. Just because this team let me stay up there and, you know, dominate doesn't mean that, you know, that's a dominating strategy. And especially when you get on maps like this one where there's a lot of fighting in the caves and stuff, the point itself is open where you can fly and float above it, but there's a lot of fighting in the cave, so obviously you're going to lose your verticality advantage, you know, your flying advantage in situations like that. But, you know, out here over the point, there's at least a spot where I can fly up and kind of use my abilities and things like that. But yeah, this is a resounding absolute recommendation from me for Marvel Rivals. I love it. It's free. I love that they just let all the heroes be unlocked for free. I was a little worried about that in between beta and launch before they said anything about it. I was like, you know, if they start locking all these heroes behind the paywall, I'm really going to not be happy about it, because part of the strategy of the game is being able to switch between the heroes to do some of those counters or, you know, react to a situation. If the other team's holding the point really strong, maybe you want to come in with some heavy damage, or maybe you need a point diver. You know, whatever you need, you can switch to it because all the heroes are available. So the only thing they're selling is skins. And, you know, some of those bundles come with sprays and MVP poses and things like that, but that's it. There's no pay to win, man. And if you were like me and you were concerned that maybe they would introduce some pay to win, especially in a game like this, I think having the heroes locked would have been considered some pay to win, because, you know, they could have you know, locked some of the more OP characters behind the paywall, or some of the better ones that countered certain things behind the paywall, but they didn't do that. They went, you know, fair and square from the get-go. All the heroes are free. Get you some skins, support the game, enjoy your time in it, like I am. Absolutely love Marvel Rivals. I can't say that enough. New favorite game for sure, by far. But I'm just gushing and rambling now, and this video's gone on long enough, so we'll consider this a wrap for the first look. Hopefully this has helped you decide if it's a game that you want to download and try for yourself. Like I said, you download it for free. It's on Steam, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, you know, whatever you're playing on. It can be played on Steam Deck. I'm sure it can be played on things like the ROG Ally X, things like that. Anything that runs on Windows handheld-wise can obviously run it, if Steam OS can run it. So if you want to play it, man, it's playable. You can jump in and try it, especially if you're a Marvel fan and a hero shooter fan and you're not happy with Overwatch, you know, you're not playing Paladins, and you've been looking for a new hero shooter to try out, this is the one. I'm telling you, this is the one. This is hella fun, and I couldn't recommend it more, so check it out if you would like. Also, don't forget to check out MMOBomb.com, where you can get all the latest news and information on online games that you need to know about. Be sure to head over there, support the site, support this channel by liking and subscribing if you haven't already. We certainly would appreciate it, and I would consider it a personal favor if you would. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is Marvel Rivals. Check it out, play it, jump in, send me a friend invite. I'm Noobfridge, obviously. Just send an invite to Noobfridge. I'll accept it. We can play together. Until next time, I've been the Noobfridge Troy Blackburn. We will see you in the next one. Check out Marvel Rivals. I'll say it one more time. Fantastic game. Until next time, this first look is done. I am out.